Another edition of this metabolic flexibility. My name is Dr. Joel Rosen, and I am the Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Ninja. And so today I wanted to talk to you about the dogma of insulin. So we've talked about insulin is really regulating the role at which energy is produced at the end of the day. And really at the end of the day, we're talking about you don't have energy. And really my goal is to redefine the paradigm of healthcare and the paradigm of self-healing and the paradigm of energy generation and the paradigm of dealing with adrenal fatigue in a way that is customized to your own body, your own genetics, your own epigenetics, all the stressors that are unique to you. And a lot of the times we do all these amazing things, we go see all these amazing doctors, but we don't even have the basics down. We're not metabolically flexible. We have stress coming from all angles, from our life, social, our marriage, our jobs, our careers, our children, our family, our neighbors, our friends, our community. We have toxic exposures more so than ever before. We have pathogens, we have molds, we have candidas, we have yeast, we have parasites, we have viruses, we have injections, we have antibiotic residues, we have chemicals, chemical disruptors, nanoparticles. The environment is worse than it's ever been. And now we know about these genetic factors, about the fact that maybe your angiotensin-renin thing doesn't work very well, or what about MTHFR, or what about even the STAT1 gene, or what about the fact that we have a predisposition for Alzheimer's, maybe that gene is going on as well. There's a lot of things that we get concerned about, but today we're talking about insulin and how it regulates energy. What happens is the main two things I want you to take out of this series is when your insulin's not doing a good job because you're getting too much food too consistently and it's always up, and then over time it comes down and it's up and down, up and down. What happens is you're not regulating your pouring in of glucose into the blood and taking it out of the blood. Maybe that's matched, but it's always high. And as a result, what happens is you start peeing out a lot of glucose. So the first thing I want you to realize is we need to really balance your osmotic diuresis. We got to make sure we're not getting so much glucose. We got to make sure we maybe even do some intermittent fasting. And I have different programs that we offer people, whether they're free programs or they're group programs or it's individual programs or it's one-on-one. There's something here for everyone. And that's why we produce all of these videos for you guys. So anyways, you got to control that. You got to make sure you're getting healthy water. You got to make sure you're drinking half your body of water in ounces per day. So if I weigh 160 pounds, I got to be taking 80 ounces of water. Plus, I want to make sure I'm getting healthy quality minerals because we just learned that over time, we lose that mineral balance. And then also we found out that with the insulin being lost over time, we start breaking down things and we are more likely to use keto acidosis as a way for fueling our body. And that's when you have the radical person who is type 1 or type 2 diabetes that have never controlled their glucose, and that's what they look at. But anyways, it's a metabolic mayhem. And then your cortisol levels go high. These are your anti-insulin things. Your glucagon levels go high. Your neurotransmitter levels go high. And there's a whole bunch of problems. This is a video series on insulin and what you need to do. So if you're looking for more insulin support or glucose support or dietary support, then you're going to have to see what else we can offer you through this series, and you'll definitely have a lot of different information and clues for that. So I just wanted to summarize with what happens is the dogma of insulin. What do we usually do to treat diabetes? We do insulin, and that's great for a little bit. What happens is that person will put the brakes and they'll try to lower their resting glucose because why? Not because they're pouring glucose so much out of the bloodstream, not so they're getting it out of it, they are accelerating it, but what they're doing is they're putting the brakes on breaking down your proteins and putting the brakes on using ketones. Now here's the thing, here's the irony. I want to fix both of those things. I want to lower the glucose, I want to re-establish proper insulin levels, and that has some amazing hacks. Some of the hacks in there is going to be not eating any food. Some of the hacks in there could be ketones and having ketone bodies. But that doesn't mean you're going to get in ketosis. It just means it can accelerate it. Some of the hacks are going to be drinking your water. Some of the hacks are going to be having MCT oils. Some of the hacks are going to be time-blocked eating, where you have a late breakfast and an early dinner. And what's the formula, Dr. Rosen? It depends. It's different for everyone. Some people do better, and I'm not saying you have to become ketogenic 100%, but you have to become metabolically flexible, and that's what we're going to teach you. The other thing I want to teach you is that the fact is that we don't want metabolic acidosis. We don't want ketoacidosis. We want to be able to take in healthy fats so we stave off the protein that's breaking down because we're getting healthy fats. And we want to control insulin levels by not getting food every 2 or 3 hours. And we want to make sure we replenish our oxygen and our glucose, and our water and our electrolytes and our minerals and our B vitamins. And we want to make sure we break down our foods. And we want to make sure we can control our stressors. And we want to make sure we understand our sleep patterns and our neurotransmitters. We want to help you in all of those things. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this lecture series. I got 1 or 2 more videos on this one, and stay tuned for the next one.